All right. So next up is our piezo pickup, which I think is something super cool about this kit. If the one you're doing doesn't have that, not a big deal. But this is pretty cool that we're going to be able to electrify this thing. So 3/8 inch drill bit is what they recommend. This is really similar to the electric guitar setup we do in class and with stem guitar. At least this put the output jack part. Really similar. All right. They recommend do it on the tail end. So as we look at this, this is how I'm going to hold it. So the sound holes are towards the neck. The piezo is going to be out here, out the back, right? Which makes sense if you're plugging in. So again, small pilot bit first. All right, easy enough. We talk about a small bit for your pilot hole. That one happens to be 3/32, if you're wondering. All right, 3/8 inch drill bit. Again, pulsating kind of method. The other thing I'm going to do with this, because I don't have a ream, which is different than when we're doing the electric guitar, get that nice and round. Because you know, drilling a hole is not round, right? That's when you have to come in with a ream. If you've ever done any kind of metal work, you know that. The hole is actually kind of oblong or egg-shaped. I always think of Darlington Speedway on NASCAR. I don't know why, but that's just always in my head that they describe that as an egg that's not a true oval. Anyway, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to kind of rock it back and forth just to get it a little bit bigger. Okay. Now, inside feels good, so I don't think I need to sand it, but of course you can. And boom, there you go. Now, you talk about teachable moments, right? Here's one of them. The box I have has this kind of wooden inside to it. Well, because of that, the thickness of this, maybe you could see, I'll try and get a little closer. I don't have much of an area there. Rip. So, what are we going to do? Well, I could take like a Forstner bit and recess this. Now that this hole is drilled, that could be difficult. All right. I could do the same thing on the inside, which if I'm not perfect, again, it's not going to matter that much because we're not going to see the inside of this thing, right? It's going to be closed up and sealed. I could try, what if I do that? Does that interfere? You can't tell at all looks-wise. And now, if I do that, look at the difference that made. Now, I could leave it out, or while this is out, now I could do some work to this to recess it for that jack to fit. All right? So let's take a pause. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do this. Again, I love this. This is tech ed, baby. This is STEM. You got problems, past knowledge, think about it, past experiences, and apply it. This is what it's all about. All right, let's take a timeout and think about how we want to solve this. I love it when we're cruising together. Whoa. Oh, sorry. That's why the computer's here, man. I'm just rocking and feeling the Huey Lewis today. How can you not love Huey Lewis? Soulful instruments, beautiful voice. Oh, love it. Love it. All right, so where did we leave off? Well, here's what I came up with. I drilled a hole on that inside liner piece with my 1-inch spade bit. And what that did was that allowed that output jack to fit all the way up to the box, which was our other option, right? But now the box is back to kind of its regular integrity, if you will. All right, the outside nut, I put the washer back on, put the nut, 1/2-inch wrench, and I'm just holding the output jack with my hand. That should be enough. I don't need to go crazy with this thing, but you don't want it to move, which is nice that here's my drawer for wrenches right there. Isn't that handy? All right, now we go to where this gets attached. You could use a 2-piece epoxy. You could use some kind of glue, hot glue if you will. What do I have handy? I have handy CA glue. Once again, I hate the feeling of CA glue on my fingers almost as much as I hate chocolate covered pretzels. That's right, you heard me right. If you know me, don't ever give me chocolate covered pretzels, or my family would say do it because I don't eat them and I give them to them. Listen, I'm not telling you I'm not weird. It is what it is, all right? If you haven't figured that out yet, that I'm weird or different, if you will, oh well. Again, these gloves are a size too small, but they'll do the job. And look what I found since our last video, some accelerator. Hey, that'll make life a little easy. They recommend attaching the piezo to near where the hinge is, and of course, near the bottom. So I'm thinking that way it doesn't have to travel as far, and that way if you are opening this up, because over here, that'd be kind of tough. But who knows, right? We're learning this together. All right. Add some glue to that. Down here. Hold that in place. You ever notice the smell of accelerator? I don't know if it's good for you or not, but it's kind of pleasant. All right. And voila. Man, it's almost too easy, but exciting. Can we plug it in now? Probably can, right? And like hit this or something. That might be kind of cool. Like a tap test kind of lab, do with your students. That